purpose here, that I was placed with a intentionality of exactly where I'm supposed to be. It just gives me a peace. It gives me so much peace being able to play from a place of knowing that the victory's already been won. There's no pressure to, strive to succeed on anything. I get to, just step into every single day and just enjoy the process, enjoy every moment. Stafford and I have spent a ton of time together. I think I was actually adding up in the car on the way here. Just the extra time outside of the obligatory time was, north of 500 hours. So many guys that have just respected this game, have just put in the work and the time. And so, that was a huge thing coming into this is, so many guys just said, hey, we've got guys here that deserve a Super Bowl. We got to win this for them. And, Coach touched on just how guys play for each other. And that's what kind of makes this team so special.
On that final drive, Mark Ross, Bucky Brooks, 4 catches for 39 yards for Cooper Kupp. Bucky, the previous, everything else in the game, he had 4 for 53. He also had that 7-yard run on 4th down. When the Rams needed Cooper Kupp most, he was there.
He absolutely was there, and that's what you expect from your number one playmaker. When we talk about number one receivers, we kind of slap that label on anybody and everybody. But a number one receiver is able to deliver performance and production when everyone in the stadium knows the ball is going to him. So when you think about the Cincinnati Bengals and the way they were loading coverage towards Cooper Kupp, what you want to see is, can the number one receiver thrive without his sidekick on the field? And in that last drive, yes, it was 4 catches for 39 yards, which doesn't look robust on the surface, but it's the way in which he was able to do it. And then to see the touchdown when everyone is counting on you to deliver, and you still show the poise, the patience to execute the route perfectly and to make the play. Cooper Kupp epitomizes what everyone wants in a number one receiver. He's well deserving of all his accolades because you've seen him do it in practice, and that practice effort has turned into outstanding performance in games.
Bucky, is just the impact that Cooper Kupp has on the entire offense of the Rams. And this is what draft time, free agency, when you want to get that playmaking receiver, that was what you saw last night, is what every team wants to get. With our Super Bowl runs with the Giants in 2007, we had a Plaxico Burress who could take over games. 2011, we had Victor Cruz and Akeem Nicks who could take over games. But Cooper Kupp almost has taken on the identity of a franchise quarterback in the importance that he has for the Rams offense and for the Rams organization. When you have the head coach, Sean McVay, talking about Cooper Kupp makes me a better head coach because of his presence, that's the impact that he has. And for Cooper Kupp, as you mentioned, Bucky, when the whole defense knows you're going to get the ball and you still can't stop him, that's the true sign of greatness. And Cooper Kupp was phenomenal when you look at the numbers there, Andrew, as you put up there. It's just really incredible that everyone knows he's getting the ball throughout the year and you still couldn't stop him. I haven't really seen anything like that.
Yeah, he had a nice 2-season season when you add those numbers up. I mean, you cut those numbers in half, and that's a Pro Bowl season for a lot of wide receivers. He doubled it. I know he played 21 games, but he flat out doubled it, and the Rams are Super Bowl champions. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Bucky. And do not forget that Cooper Kupp was the 69th overall pick. So, yes, there's a lot of star power. They trade away a lot of ones, but there are a lot of guys like Cooper Kupp as well on that roster. How the Rams built it, coming up next on NFL Now.
Thousands of families affected by disasters urgently need support. You can help the American Red Cross provide help and hope to families when they need it most. Please donate today to Red Cross Disaster Relief to help people affected by disasters big and small. Go to redcross.org/NFL today. Your support is critical. We can't do it without you.
So with Geico, we can easily bundle home and car insurance and save even more?
Yeah, home, car, motorcycle, all bundled together. Just like that breakfast burrito.
So can I get chorizo?
Metaphorically, yeah.
Carnitas.
Just chicken. Just give me a bunch of chicken.
Oh, bacon?
Oh, wait, there isn't too much hot sauce, is there? I have a sensitive palate.
I actually like hot sauce. Can I get chips?
How about guacamole?
I don't really know what we're talking about anymore.
Burritos.
Sure.
Okay.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. Recently, we got a letter from someone who loves Reese's. A real letter, like on paper. Thanks, Artie, from Tonawanda. You can email us next time.
Welcome back.
We're all a local somewhere. So visit your local and make every Sunday Local Bar Sunday.
Worried about your friend but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's all good if you think you should check in. Yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
All net. Look like me, kid.
Doc, I didn't know you could shoot.
Know what else you didn't know? Ring has an alarm.
Ring? The company that created the video doorbell?
Yep, Ring has an alarm. I just plug in the base station, place the motion door and window sensors, then the keypad, connect the app, voila. Now I have professional monitoring.
What's up, Shaq?
And it was that easy. Splackatow!
It's true. Ring has an award-winning alarm. Learn more at ring.com.
Before America's favorite sport is played in stadiums or seen on TV, it's played in backyards, streets, and parks for fun. It's open to anyone who wants to play. And we're making it safer by training and certifying coaches and creating game types for every body. There's a place in football for all of us. When you're ready to move from the backyard to the field, visit USA Football's League Finder at findaleague.com.
So if you missed it, I don't know where you were, but here's the highlight again. SoFi Stadium, Super Bowl 56, our first Super Bowl here in 29 years. Last time we had a Super Bowl, Michael Jackson was the halftime entertainment. Last night's show was pretty good as well. Odell Beckham Jr., it's tough news, but Ian Rappaport did report earlier today that it looks as if Beckham has torn his left ACL again. Same one he tore a couple of years ago. You saw the tears. He came back, watched on the sideline of the hoodie, but he is getting a ring. You know by now how this game ended, I assume. But how about the fact, Jim Trotter, that Joe Burrow comes right out of the gate to start the third quarter and hits T. Higgins on a 75-yard touchdown.
And you just sense that the momentum was shifting at that point, and the Bengals, who had been a good second-half team, were about to make that run.
Yep, and you would think that maybe, just maybe, that would have been a face mask. Ron Torbert said it did not rise to the level of a twist and pull, and there was no flag. All right, fast forward here, 5 minutes to go, 20-16. Bengals have the lead, fourth down, and they run it with Cooper Kupp.
What a critical play there. You know, they say your best players step out. Your stars have to shine brightest in the biggest moments. Cooper did that.
He had 7 yards for the first down and then 22 yards on this, and just a ridiculous throw from Matthew Stafford for 22. And then 6 plays later, after offsetting penalties and wiped out an earlier touchdown, Cooper Kupp.
That is just, it's so unfair to Eli Apple to have him out there all alone with Cooper Kupp in that situation.
They checked to the fade. It had been called a run. Stafford throws the go-ahead touchdown. On 3rd and 1 now, Zach Taylor runs. And on 4th down, with the Bengals at midfield, almost in Evan McPherson field goal range.
There's that man again.
The baddest man of the NFL can now put a ring on that left finger, and the Rams are Super Bowl champions.
Just keep getting better, improve my game overall. You know, I played better and better throughout the season, and so I'm excited to carry that over into next year. I mean, we're probably as hungry now as we were before the game. We really wanted to win it, not just for us, but for the fans and the organization. Yeah, you'd like to say that we're going to get back, you know, every year, but you know, that's not a reality. We're going to work really hard to get back to this moment, and finish on top like we wanted to this year, and just came up just short.
You don't know what the makeup's going to be next year. I loved every single guy in that locker room. You know, they were all Bengals, and they all meant a lot to us, and they did things the right way. And, you know, so we just got to find a way to really appreciate the season we just had with the group we had. Just didn't quite get it done. I'm sure I'll reflect back, and there's some things I wish I would have done differently. Absolutely. I thought our players did a great job making plays, and as the coach, you got to do a better job, put them in a better situation. I feel really great about the future, but you know, like I mentioned, we can't just assume because we had a great 2021 that it's going to be easy next year. Every year is its own entity, and right now we just got to do a great job appreciating what we had together for this 21-20 season, and then get back and get ready to fight for next year.
This was a team that over the past 2 seasons had won a grand total of 6 games. Joe Burrow knee injury last year, I mean, they hit a low. But you know what? Good for you, Houday Nation. Good for you, Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. What an unforgettable, unbelievable, to be quite frank, run. They were AFC champions. They were within 1 score late. They had the lead late. They could not hang on. Let's talk about the Bengals now, because they deserve plenty of attention and respect, certainly after that season and after that performance last night. Jim Trotter, we have Bucky Brooks and Mark Ross as well. Bucky, they have the foundation, they have the quarterback. They also now have roughly an estimate $57 million in cap space in a month.
Look, they got a lot of cap space, and they've done a really good job of utilizing it. And I think, obviously, the focal point of their rebuilding project or retooling project will be the offensive line. Because when you look at this team, man, they have playmakers galore. They have an elite quarterback in Joe Burrow. They have a defense that played really well. And, in fact, you can make the argument that the Bengals deserve to win the Super Bowl because their defense outplayed the Rams, particularly at the point of attack. The one issue was the pass protection. The lack of consistent protection for Joe Burrow, not only in the postseason, but throughout the regular season, is an issue. If they can rectify that issue and continue to get those guys, their young guys, to take another step in their development, this absolutely should be a team that we talk about, because the other thing that I discovered in this postseason run, they're really well coached. They play the game the right way. They're going to be a handful for teams over the next few years.
Buck, you talked about the foundation, and the hardest thing in sports is to get a franchise, a Super Bowl caliber winning franchise quarterback. The Bengals have that in Joe Burrow. Okay, now what do we do? How do we build our roster to supplement Joe Burrow and the playmakers we have? As you mentioned, 7 sacks last night. The offensive line, it's a clear weakness there. So free agency, spend big there. Do we get vets or go through the draft? But also another area of concern for me is the corner position. We showed the Eli Apple getting cooked a few times. They have to address that as well. But the Bengals at least know, okay, here are our glaring flaws that we need to fix, and you have the offseason to do it. But we just can't assume that they're going to be back every year. Yes, they have the foundation. Yes, they have the quarterback. But every year is different. Every circumstance, every season is different. Things break your way. They should be back. They should be in contention. But it's never a guarantee, Jim. But at least they have the hardest part is Joe Burrow. Now let's take the offseason. How do we support this guy for the future?
No question, Mark. But the one thing I love most about the Bengals is what you heard out of them last night. They know they can't take it for granted that they're just going to get back next year. History tells us those things. We think back to the Dolphins and Dan Marino after he went to a Super Bowl his second year, and some thought they were just going to get back every year. It didn't happen. Even Patrick Mahomes wins a Super Bowl, and people talk about winning multiple championships, and they haven't won since. I like that I heard Joe Burrow say this is only a beginning. We have a lot of work to do. I like hearing that from Zach Taylor, that we know that every year is different. It is different in and of itself. So from that standpoint, they already have the right mindset going into the offseason. And now with that much cap space, the draft picks that they have, you can see them tinker with this lineup and try and make it stronger. But they have everything they need. Everything is in place now to contend for quite some time.
And you would have to think as well that with the elite, and yes, I will use that word, even though only 2 years in, an elite level quarterback, the Bengals might be a destination. People want to play with Joe Burrow. something to consider here as they look to the offseason now as the AFC champions. The NFC champions, the Super Bowl champions, have some issues to think about in the offseason as well. They do not have a lot of cap space, projected $14.1 million. Andrew Whitworth has not retired yet, so that could change. It is expected that he is leaning in that direction. Fifth lowest cap space here, according to our friends at Over the Cap. Here's Steve White with Rams GM Les Snead.
Les, just got to ask you just your feelings now, because you helped put this team together. Guys who were homegrown, that were developed, the big superstars you went out and got. It ended with this. All worth it, right?
Definitely worth it. I think, didn't John Madden say this was the highest of high that you can experience in football? But I give everyone you just talked about, right? Players, coaches, every man and woman in this organization, they climbed the mountain tonight, and they got to the highest point. And that one, the journey's worth it. It's why I'm wearing this hat. Not broken, and talked about it a lot, being anti-fragile. When you face adversity, you take a couple steps back, and you gotta be agile in the moment. And this group's been doing it right a lot since that Green Bay loss, where we lost that third game in a row. So that's what this hat means. Now, it's got a bigger meaning with Biddy and Bose. They're doing impactful things, but that's why I've been wearing this one since the Green Bay game.
So Les Snead later in the evening, his pulse really didn't change much. It was like that, holding that Lombardi trophy late at night. They put this thing together, Bucky, Mark Ross. Now they got to figure out how these pieces fit moving forward. Odell, knee injury, free agent. Von Miller, free agent. Andrew Whitworth. But they have figured out, Mark, they got the quarterback here. They got the running backs. They have that Aaron Donald guy, and they have a good culture.
They do. They have pieces. And what we saw about the Rams this year was all in for this moment, to win the Super Bowl. And unlike Cincinnati, who went the traditional route of drafting the franchise quarterback, building through the draft, spending wisely in free agency, those are kind of the traditional tenets of building a team. Draft, spend wisely in free agency. Well, the Rams now have completely blown that model up and said, let's just trade away all our draft picks. They traded up to get Jared Goff a couple years ago. That failed. Okay, let's just keep trading away our future draft picks to keep chasing stars and bringing stars, almost like the NBA model. We didn't know if it would work. Last night, now it all pays off. We saw that this model works. So looking forward, the Rams, I think their window was this year. They're going to lose a lot, but will other teams try to replicate this model, Bucky, of saying, okay, we see it can work to trade away draft picks to get stars and build a team. But with this model, the owner is the one that really has to sign off and show patience, because Les Snead kept chasing it. They really have to be the one to say, yes, we're okay to do this and mortgage the future with draft picks. But it worked. So now the NFL is a copycat league, Bucky. Will other teams try to replicate this model?
Hey, look, you're right, Mark. It is a copycat league. And in L.A., it works because that's what all L.A. sports teams do. The Lakers, the Dodgers, they go acquire the biggest and brightest stars, and they put them on display because it's Hollywood. Now, to do that, your culture has to be right, and it has to be willing to take in players. And so I want to give a lot of credit to the coaches for being able to take Von Miller midseason, Odell Beckham midseason, Sony Michel at the beginning of the year. Get them up to speed, not only to play well in their respective position, but to play together as a team. Everybody doesn't have that culture in place, and that's why you may not be able to duplicate this other spots, but in L.A., it works, and it may work for a long time because, man, the framework is in place for this team to make a run for a long time.
Credit to the coaches, credit to the scouting staff as well, because you could trade away all those first-round picks, but you better hit on your mid-round picks. You better sign good undrafted free agents or street free agents, and the Rams did that. And so many of those pieces have contributed. Kendall Blanton, undrafted tight end, cut 3 times. He stepped up huge in the playoffs. Mid-round picks like Greg Gaines, undrafted guys like Darius Williams. All these guys, Matthew Gay claimed off the Bears practice squad. Those guys all contribute, and yes, the star power did its job as well. And the Rams are champions. Thank you, Bucky. Thank you, Mark. They're champions, though, at a cost to Odell Beckham Jr.'s knee. Unfortunately, Ian Rappaport, our NFL Network insider, reporting today that, as feared, it looks as if he has torn that left knee. ACL, same ACL that happened against the Bengals 2 years ago. when he was a member of the Cleveland Browns. Came back, and he has a long recovery as he heads into free agency. Odell Beckham Jr., though, does so as a champion. Other news from around the league today, our Tom Pelissero reporting the Dolphins are hiring Frank Smith as their offensive coordinator. Recently here in L.A. as the run game coordinator and the O-line coach for the Chargers, Frank Smith, now heading to Miami. And this from NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport today about the Dolphins. He's reporting that owner Stephen Ross could potentially lose the franchise by owner vote pending the outcome of the league's investigation into tanking allegations. Those allegations set forth by Brian Flores in his lawsuit 2 weeks ago. Coming up, more from Oakland. Tonight, a celebration of that man who we lost in December. A celebration of the life of the great, the Hall of Famer, John Madden.
Wake up. Welcome to Good Morning Football.
I cannot wait to see this one.
Touchdown! Storylines all over the league. We got breaking news here, folks.
It's gonna happen. He's gonna be a star. He's getting better and better and better.
So excited to introduce our next guest.
This is a great day.
That's going to be an absolute party.
Make every morning a good morning.
I'm telling you, they are all in. It feels like the best is yet to come.
Good Morning Football, tomorrow at 7. Get up good.
Land Rover, above and beyond.
Hi, I'm Steve. I'm a software engineer, but in my mind, I'm a professional boxer. That's why I only train with Beachbody super trainer Joel Freeman. Doing his 10-round workout on Beachbody puts you right there in the ring.
Try 10 rounds by Beachbody free for 14 days.
With 4 strips of crispy bacon and rich melty cheese and 2 juicy charbroiled patties. Of course, no meeting can compete with this meat. Give in to the new Double Bacon Beast Burger at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's and feed your happy.
Give your morning a little boost with your morning favorites made mini.
All the flavors you love turned bite-size and ready to go when you are.
All you gotta do is heat it up and eat it up.
I know my Old Spice long-lasting scents anywhere.
That's me, Mr. Cole.
Oh.
Let's talk about a raise.
When you order carryout online from Domino's, we know it takes skill to get pizza from our store through a car door to your front door. So we're going to tip you for delivering your own pizza to yourself. Get a $3 tip just for ordering carryout online, only at Domino's.
And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there up, down, up,
Never lose
down,
confidence
up,
in how you
down.
run your business. Intuit is bringing QuickBooks and MailChimp together to help you set up and grow.
Man, I love this set.
Tonight on NFL Total Access, the whistle has blown, the confetti has fallen, the trophy was raised, and the speeches were made. But for us, that's just the start. Every game-changing moment, every game-breaking star, Super Bowl 56. Tonight, 7 Eastern.
Let's start off and stay after the whole game. Okay, come on, defense! What the hell are you trying to do?
Back, John.
Hey! Hey, throw the damn flag! You jerk! You big jerk! You ever call one on them?
You certainly do, John. A lot of, you deserved a lot of things, a lot of guys.
Can't worry about that. I mean, you deserve it. This is a team thing.
great stuff there. We lost John Madden back in December, walking down the NFL Films memory lane. Always fun to watch it. Omar Ruiz with us live on NFL Now. Omar is in Oakland at Ring Central Coliseum tonight. Omar, a public celebration of John Madden's life and legacy. It's going to be live on NFL Network at 8:30 Eastern Time. Set the scene.
Yeah, it is a celebration of John Madden. As Commissioner Roger Goodell noted shortly after John Madden passed, Commissioner Goodell saying that John Madden was football, but more than anything, he was a beloved husband, father, and grandfather. I spoke to his son Mike the other day and asked him how he balanced being this larger-than-life character, one of the most famous people the game of football has ever known, with being a dad, attending high school football games for his son. And Mike told me that his approach to life was very simple. He did things when he wanted to do them, how he wanted to do them. And it was that authenticity was why he connected with so many people. Several of the people that he connected most with in his life will be speaking at this tribute tonight. Among them, Leslie Visser, the Hall of Fame broadcaster who is his partner for so many broadcasts, along with, of course, the late legendary Pat Summerall. Our very own Steve Mariucci will also be speaking tonight. Together, they raised more than $8 million with their bocce ball tournaments over the years here, benefiting charities in Northern California and across the country. We'll also hear from Ron Rivera and Andy Reid, two current head coaches. This is all a public send-off to do things the right way, as Mike Madden noted. They had a private burial and funeral last month. This is an opportunity for the fans to say goodbye to the legendary John Madden.
And there will be fans there. And Omar, there's a charity element, right, to the price of admission, something kind of cool. Tell me about that.
Yeah, John Madden used to go watch his grandson's games, and over the years, you know, he wouldn't go into the stands. He would make arrangements with the local high schools around town in the greater Oakland area to drive his car, his pickup, so he could watch the game from his car. And during the pandemic, there was a time where the game was canceled last minute. They had to go the day of, and one of the local high schools here around Oakland made incredible arrangements. And John Madden said, how can we help this school? How can we help the students here in the greater Oakland community? And through the John Madden Foundation, they started creating scholarships to his alma mater, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. So they're charging fans $32.14, $32.14 the score of the great Super Bowl 11 win for the Oakland Raiders over the Minnesota Vikings, the John Madden Super Bowl win. And then the John Madden Foundation is going to match all proceeds to create more scholarships for high school students here in the greater Oakland area.
That's great, 32-14, as John Madden was carried off the field, the Rose Bowl here in Pasadena. John Madden, Hall of Famer, tonight, 8:30 Eastern Time, a celebration of his life. Thank you, Omar Ruiz, live in Oakland. Speaking of the Hall of Fame, a look back on the class that was unveiled Thursday and how those men found out the news.
If you owe back taxes, this is important news. The IRS is cracking down, garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. Thankfully, there's good news. Optima Tax Relief can help you resolve your tax debt over the phone and online. With the help of their award-winning tax professionals, you can reduce the stress in your life by putting your tax problems to rest right from the comfort of your home. Optima is America's #1 most trusted tax resolution firm, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. They specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful program that could save you thousands if you qualify. Call today and get Optima on your side. They'll stand between you and the IRS, fighting to get the best deal possible, right from the comfort of your home. Now that's convenient. All it takes is one call to start the process.
For your free consultation, call 800-398-9622. That's 800-398-9622.
Optima Tax Relief.
He knows. He knows Chipotle's chicken is responsibly raised without antibiotics. And that Carlos here grills it fresh all day long. But you don't need to know all that to know that real food just tastes better. Chipotle, for real.
This may sound strange, but you've been here before. You were here when this wrench was turned, and when this line was drawn, oh, and when this stitch was sewn. You inspired the new Lexus ES to be, well, more you. So thank you. We hope you like your work.
Get special offers on the 2022 ES350.
TurboTax Live matches you with a tax expert who is right for you.
What if I work in London, live in New York, and shot a Super Bowl commercial in Los Angeles?
I can sort that all out for you.
Get matched to your tax expert with TurboTax Live.
A dream they said was impossible can become undeniable.
Allen looks, fires downfield, and caught! Deebo Samuel!
A name that is unknown.
It's Cooper Kupp at the 10.
Can show us the future.
Hands off to Taylor. Taylor, big run!
Because here, life can change in an instant. The NFL Combine, March 3rd through 6th on NFL Network.
Bring it.
Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 class of the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
What a scene at NFL Honors. It is every year when the new class for Canton, Ohio walks across that stage and waves to the crowd. Cliff Branch, Tony Baselli, Richard Seymour, Bryant Young, posthumously, Sam Mills, Leroy Butler, Dick Vermeil, and Art McNally. It's going to be an amazing August in Canton. And yes, oh, by the way, we still do knock on the door.
We're about to have him one of these. Like we did in 2019. There we go. Yeah.
You know why I'm here. It is my honor and my privilege to welcome you, my brother, to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, class of 222, boy.
Getting nervous.
You got it.
I'm getting nervous.
You got it, Charles.
We've been through it. You got it.
I don't know if I can do it, man. I don't know.
Hey,
Whoa!
come here, boy. Hey, welcome to the greatest institution known for a football player.
The Hall of Fame, baby! Welcome to the Hall of Fame, baby!
There will be tears. There will be tears.
What's up, Coach?
Hey, what's up? I know what's up now. To finally see it come to fruition is humbling.
I'm always so excited when a guy like you clarifies and adds credibility to what I believe in. I love that feeling.
You're being inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Who is it? Oh, man, stop. Hey, what you doing at my house? Leroy Butler. Congratulations, man. This better not be no joke, You man. have made it into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I'm so numb right now. I got no shoes on, and I'm not even cold. Wood, you know how much this mean to me. I know it, man.
You know how I feel about your game, man, right?
Yeah.
Welcome to Canton.
That's the rarest of air to possibly breathe, Tony.
The fact that I will be included with guys like Anthony Munoz and the other greats who ever played this game, is unreal because since I can remember, all I ever want to do is play football. And I love the game. I still love the game. It's given me more than I could ever give it, and to be a part of the history for all eternity, it's pretty cool.
So cool, so well done. Great job, Steve White. On the road, knocking on doors with Hall of Famers and Hall of Famers to be. Coming up, we have time for one more thing about an amazing night at SoFi Stadium.
With 4 strips of crispy bacon and rich melty cheese and 2 juicy charbroiled patties. Of course, no meeting can compete with this meat. Give in to the new Double Bacon Beast Burger at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's and feed your happy.
This is why you want Farmers Claim Forgiveness. Your home premium won't go up just because of this.
Wow, that's something.
You get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks. Get a quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Unleash the freshness. Still fresh. In wash scent booster.
Downy Unstoppables.
New Spicy Lovers Pizza from Pizza Hut. Hurts so good. With this spicy marinara sauce and sliced red chilies, it's like a roundhouse kick to the taste buds. Now don't be